Hello, my name is Talia and this game is Long Dark. We are in Mountain Town and this is my base here, the big house in the town center. And now in the previous video I shot a moose and some of the meat is here, about 16 kilos, and the salt is 9.13. I'm hoping this will work. I've had so many troubles with this curing box in previous instances, but I hope it's gonna work this time. So these were originally 1 kilo pieces, 16 of them. I put them there all at once. So I'm hoping that putting them all there at the same time will lead to them all being ready at the same time, and then the salt, it should use the correct amount of salt. And I've been arranging stuff here, so there are pry bars, a lot of them, knives, hatchets, hacksaws, and then I brought this shelf from upstairs, the storage room there. So we have quality tools, simple tools, lanterns, distress pistol, and 2 heavy hammers. One of these will remain here and the other one I will be taking with me when I leave for Mystery Lake. I think I have one there. So the final destination for one of the 3 heavy hammers will be Coastal Highway, since that is the main base. And then I have jerry cans, 3 of them, plenty of lantern fuel. And now these here, I was thinking I have so much of the moose meat, something like 27 kilos on the porch, so I should probably be making a stew. So this is 36% and the other one is 45, so I could use these for making stew. I have flour, that's 31%, so basically stuff that should be used not right away, but definitely before I'm leaving Mountain Town. And then there's plenty of oats, 31%. Yeah, I was thinking there's the porridge that uses peaches and rosehip and what else was it? I could make some of that. So not eating any of the food I have found. It's gonna be moose meat for quite some time, 12% cured, so 9 or 10 days probably. And once this is cured, I'll be making the moose hide satchel. I'll get 5 kilos extra room in the backpack. And what else? So I made room here for the workbench. I'm going to build one. I think that should be the next thing. I have the vise for that. Should be here. Yes. Let's take it. I should have enough fir firewood for making. So this was from the workbench at the basement in the hunting lodge in Broken Railroad. There were 2 workbenches in the region and I thought the one at the workshop was more useful Like, I'm not expecting to go back to Broken Railroad, but in case I return there, there is one workbench I can use. So I took this because there is no workbench in this building. There's one at the farm, but since I'm using this as the base, I want one here. And the rifle is here, and it is going to stay here. It's too heavy. I'm not going to start carrying it with me. I have another rifle at Coastal Highway, so if I need one later on, I can take that. This is going to stay here. And anyway, this run was supposed to be about not using firearms. Moose was the exception to the rule because I needed the satchel. So now I could check this. So the fire starting leveled up just very recently, but the rifle firearm, this was a bit less before shooting the moose, but leveling it here has taken only reading books and the 6 rifle shots it took to get the moose counted. So it's quite easy to level the rifle without taking a single shot. But now it's not anymore not a single shot. Now it's including 6 shots. But I'm going to check if I can find more of those books at how high I can level the rifle without taking any more shots. Revolver, haven't used. I have 3 of them here, and I think at least one at Coastal Highway, but haven't taken a single shot. I am prepared to use them sort of closer to the end. Currently it is what is it? Let's check. Day 291, so slightly under third of the run. This is 1,000-day run, so it's gonna take a long time. And I will be running out of stuff, so hunting is probably must closer to the end of the 1,000 days, but I want to see how far I can go without the firearms. But they'll be here if I need them. But now what I'll need to do is wait for the meat to cure and the moose hide to cure. So I'll be doing crafting, collecting firewood, and I need some rabbits for making the mitts. I think I'm missing one rabbit. But yeah, this video is probably going to be just clips of the most interesting things in the next week or 2 that I'll be spending in Mountain Town before returning to Mystery Lake. But we'll see. Now it's getting late, so it's probably time to go to bed. It's the morning now, and I'm going to be cooking. Let's see. Oh. This is interesting. So, yeah, I knew venison is deer meat, but I kinda assumed that moose would be fine. Rabbit, ptarmigan. Yeah, but this was the porridge I was thinking about. So, well, if that's how it works, we'll just putting these two there. But I really thought I would be able to make the stew using moose meat. So let's make some porridge. I need to eat something before starting to craft the workbench. And what else do I need to? Yeah, let's drop these. Yeah, that was surprise. Well, it is sort of logical. There's ptarmigan stew, rabbit stew, and then venison stew, but the meat, it looks the same. Let's make another one. So I was assuming it would work. But yeah, I was thinking, it was in some earlier video I was explaining about what I would do, what kind of recipe I would use, and I've been thinking about the moose meat, and I mentioned in the previous video that it is dry. So I think the correct word is lean. So, but the main issue is that there's very little fat. So when my mother made meatballs out of moose meat, she put their pork and the moose meats, sort of mixed those together, because the moose meat has so little fat that it's, well, I guess somebody may like it as it is, but yeah, most people prefer it with some more fat. So what I would do is chop the moose meat into small bits, cook those, and then take one of the pork and beans can and put all that into the mix. So pork and beans and moose meat, that would probably make quite a good meal. So I can't use how much time? 54 minutes. How long did it take? I mean, I could take a couple more these and cook them. Could have taken them when I started. I didn't think about it. Now 45, 46, 48. Yeah, I can leave them there. I don't need to worry about them. They'll be ready and the fire goes out a minute or two after. What was I? Now I forget what I was saying. before I went to get those. Well, can't be helped. So now I have maple syrup, I have rose hips, and what else was there in that? Maple syrup, rose hips, pinnacle peaches, and water and oats. Let's see. Do I have those peaches? Yep, 2 cans. So 2 portions of that porridge. And it gives you a headache, but it doesn't really matter because you can just eat it in the evening before going to bed. Just let your hunger go down during the day and eat the porridge late in the evening and then go to bed, and the headache doesn't matter. Now I think eating would be a good idea. Let's eat this. Yep, that's enough. Oh, I could have boiled some water. 24 minutes. Nah, let's leave it for now. I'll boil some water when I make fire the next time. So how many? Now the workbench. 15. Oh, cedar. I thought it was fir. I don't have the wood. I need to go and get the firewood first. I have plenty of fir, but I've been using the cedar. So, and you need furniture, workbench and woodworking tools. I have both. And I have the vise. 18 hours. That's quite a long time. So now I could... Can I put it... Yeah, let's put it here. Yeah. So I think once the meat is ready, I'll go and collect the firewood needed for making that workbench. So I'm here to look for firewood, and I thought I might go get that cooking pot I left at the building where I was when I was hunting the moose, because that was so close. Damn it. Yeah. So when I get that cooking pot, I can boil more water at once. Where did it go? So and that's broken. I probably need to make more of those arrows, but that's not a problem. I've got plenty of feathers. It's the morning. There should be enough light to do this. So how many hours? Let's take 4 hours first. We'll need to eat and drink, but let's take a couple of hours. Let's drink a bit. And 4 hours. This is going to take, running out of light, I think. So one more. Yeah, 7 hours. I think I could try one more. Yeah, and I think now it's too dark. Where's the bed? It's there. So let's eat and drink and then sleep and continue in the morning. Yep, this should be enough, I think. There's the furniture workbench. First, you could eat a bit and drink. Six hours. Yeah, let's put all that in. And I really have no idea how big so how did this work? Yeah, container and deploy. It is fairly big. What? Where did all this stuff come from? Okay, would that be good? Yeah, let's put it there. That is very interesting. It just took things from the other side of the wall. So let's put these back. Maple syrup. Yeah, it was there. And the flour was there. How about the storm lanterns? They were here on this shelf. I have noticed something like this before, at some of the, when you move some stuff, it accidentally takes some other stuff as well. So that's there, and this one was here. But now I have a workbench. And I think that's needed for, let's see, yes, it's needed for the satchel. And deerskin pants needed for this as well. I was thinking of making those, and rabbit skin mitts. So just upgrading the gear a bit before heading to Hust River Valley, just because there are no kind of man-made shelters there. So probably, I think there should be caves, but probably need to stay outdoors entirely for some nights. So 40%, 67, yeah, this is a lot faster. And 80%. Oh, I was going to check what does the meat say at this point. 78, 6.85 kilos of salt. So there was 10 to begin with, so it has used 3.15 or 1.15 depending on how the numbers work. But I think this should work. There's still that much salt left and 78% cured. So I should get these finished before there's any problem with the salt. And all the cured meat, it really, is it here? Yeah, 45. This was 45 to begin with, so the percentages are what they were to begin with. So this is going to last a very long time, which means I'll be leaving the cured meat here, and when I leave for Hust River Valley, I'll be taking all of those energy bars, candy bars, granola bars, and that sort of stuff. And I'll try to save the cured meat for, let's say, at least after 500 days. But as long as possible, and store it in places where it's easily accessible, so if I happen to have bad luck hunting or otherwise finding food, I'll have those as backup. And here I have additional bedroll, and the upgraded bedroll, it is at 86%. And the problem with this one is that for repair you need ptarmigan down. I didn't think about that when I made this. So now this regular one I picked up, I'm going to repair it. Let's take some cloth. I'm going to repair it to 100% and maybe repair some clothes as well. So the idea is that I'm taking that improved one with me when I go to Hust River Valley, but I'll have the regular one here. So when I go to Mystery Lake, I can take the regular one with me. I really don't want to use those ptarmigan downs for repairing the bedroll, because I want as much of them as possible to use for trades at Coastal Highway. Thought I might get a look outside for once. Been cooped inside for a couple of days, but in Pilgrim mode you don't get cabin fever, so it's not a problem. And here is the moose meat, and it's 76%, so no problem with that. And I think I'll need to cook a bit more of those in the morning, and I need to make more arrows. I broke one of the fire hardened arrows getting that rabbit, so 3 new arrows, and cook some moose meat, and maybe I could make some of that porridge. Yeah, but the weather isn't horrible. Windy, snowing, might develop into a blizzard, but not necessarily. So let's take a look in here. These are cured 5.98. This looks like it worked properly this time, so that is a surprise. Yeah, so it looks like it needs to be 1 kilo pieces and the whole batch at once, and not separate batches at different times added, and also no smaller pieces, just 1 kilo, and cook the smaller pieces and eat them. Yeah, I guess, but I'm still not convinced that there is 5.99 kilos of salt here, since the original was, it showed 10 kilos, although 8 went in when making the box, and then I used it for curing something. It was around 6 kilos left from the original salt that went in there. Then I added 4 kilos, so it showed 10 out of 10, and it used 4 kilos of that for 16 kilos of moose meat. So now, the thing I am suspicious about is this 5.99. Is there 5.99 kilos or 3.99? That 2 kilos that somehow appears during the process of making this box is what really bugs me. But I guess I can start from the assumption that there is at least 3.99 kilos of salt left, which means I could cure some more of that moose meat. It's still at something like 75%, so it would be fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some more of it here, since there's plenty of it left. I've been here at the farm a couple of days now. I got 1 ptarmigan and lots of firewood. So let's get the firewood to the house. I was thinking that since I have means of transport, I might as well use it, collect plenty of firewood and drag it to the house, since I have plans of making some furniture. But I think all I found here was cedar, so I need to go somewhere else to look for fir. It doesn't matter. I'm going to leave quite a bit of firewood behind as well, so when I come back here at some point I'll have everything I need. A coastal highway is the main base because of the trader, but I think I'll be coming back to spend time here as well. I like the house and I have lots of stuff here, so I can spend plenty of time. Nope. I'm still fairly bad with the bow. Yeah, the ptarmigan I got there at the farm, I used the stone. So the thing is, you can crouch and throw a stone, but you can't crouch and use the bow. So when you're using the stones, you can get closer without the birds noticing you. It's been a few days and now I'm once again doing some cooking and then water as much as possible after everything else is done. But the current diet is very varied. Cooked moose meat and porridge. There has been some other stuff in addition to this, but yeah. The cured moose meat is going to last for a long time, so I can leave it here, but the other pieces need to be cooked, and I'm planning on staying here until it's all eaten. Okay, 89. So this is going to take a day or two. Well, we'll see. How about what does this say? 75% and 2.99. So there's 10 kilos of meat in there, and it was 5.99. 3 kilos of salt gone. So 3 kilos of salt and 75% cured. It sort of suggests that it's gonna use 4 kilos in total, which doesn't make sense since the first batch was 16 kilos and it went from 10 kilos to 5.99. So 4 kilos for 16 kilos of meat. And now it's looking like it's going to use 4 kilos for 10 kilos of meat. Yeah, there's something messed up with this box. It doesn't just add up. But let's wait until it's all cured and then we'll see the final figures. But yeah, if it takes 3 kilos to cure them to 75%, then logically that last 25% is supposed to take 1 kilo. Yeah, doesn't make sense. So it looks like I'm at the same problem again. It says 2.12 kilos of salt left, but it was 88% the last time I checked. The amount of salt is going down, but now looks like it got stuck here. And at this point, the first batch was 16 kilos of meat, and the box used 4 kilos of salt to cure that. That worked perfectly. And then it was 5.99 kilos salt left. Now it's 2.12, so we can round it and say it has used 4 kilos of salt for 10 kilos of meat, and it looks like it's stuck here. So that 2.12 that it's showing there is not in the box. It has run out of salt, and 10 kilos of moose meat is going to go bad because, well, if I try to remove it, it doesn't do it. You can't remove these from here because they are not entirely cured. And I don't have the salt to add there. I mean, I have those small ones, 0.25, and if I put them here, I'm not sure if they would be enough, so I might lose them as well. So I guess I just have to accept the fact that this moose meat is going to go bad. The moose hide is cured.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
It was cured previous evening, but there was not enough light. So now 10 hours. Oh, switch here. Let's take 4 hours. For starters, so this is gonna take whole day. Okay. 8 also. And then I think I can. Oh. I can put the rest. What? Now. Switch. Okay. Now it's working. 6 hours. Oh. So I need to take another sewing kit Fortunately, I have plenty of those. .3. Okay. Is it gonna get dark? Nope. I managed to make it, but that took whole day. Doesn't matter. Now that's done, and then I need to make the rabbit pelt mitts, and yeah, I was supposed to have 10 kilo batch of cured moose meat. Well, that's not happening. But now this where, so now it says plus 10 kilos. That's the 5 kilos you get from being not starved for 72 hours in a row, and then 5 kilos with the satchel. And there is the, what is it, technical backpack that will give you another 5 kilos if you can find it in Ash Canyon. But at least I have 40 kilos now. And I guess it's time to sleep once again. It's the next morning, and yeah, the amount of salt is going down, but 88% cured. Yeah. This meat is going to get ruined, but at least the salt is going down to 0, and I suppose after that, if you add more salt to the box, you can trust the numbers. But I don't think I'll be adding anything to this box, since the plan was to get salt from the trader, and this is much too far away. So if there's any meat curing to be done, it'll have to be at Coastal Highway. But I don't remember how that one went. Is there still salt left in it? If it shows any salt left, I guess I'll need to just put one piece of meat in there and let it run down to 0 and see if it works after that. Morning again, and let's check. Yes, all the salt is gone, and these are still at 88% and cannot be removed. And soon they are going to show that they are ruined. That's what happened the previous time this occurred. Yeah. So there was 25% of the moose meat wasted, but it's not that bad. I was cooking the previous night most of what was left, since I'm preparing to go to Hust River Valley, so the next thing to do is to check what I need to take with me, organize the inventory, and then leave. Go there and look for the bunker and I think there should be mementos there and taking a photo, at least one, probably more. So those are the main things. But that's going to be another video. This is all for this time.